It never works on the first try, so plan for multiple attempts. I have done several cross-country trips, and 3 at this point, right? I went to all 50 states in 50 days. I did a tour to 100 colleges in 100 days. I actually did it in 84 days, but because I had to finish early, or wanted to finish early. And then I did a third one where I biked, quote unquote, in cities across America, right? On this huge penny farthing bike. You know, the ones with like a 4-foot tall wheel. So after doing these 3 massive events, you would think like, oh man, this guy's got it. He's living the dream life. He's got a ton of people watching his videos and yada, yada, yada. I have 800 subscribers. I haven't posted a YouTube video in a year. And I'm not happy about any of this. I don't know why I'm smiling. And Kylie. Basically, my point is this, like, I've done multiple attempts. I'm learning every single time. I started with the stakes really high, and so I'll continue to do multiple attempts with really high stakes. And eventually I'll learn how to make it work. And but it's not gonna work on the first try, right? So here's a fun perspective to take. Not my perspective, just one that I've picked up over the years, over the past few months of watching TikTok. And it's this. If you know that it's going to work out eventually, right? You just don't know how many attempts it's going to take. You should be excited to go out there and take more attempts because you never know. Like, this could be the one, right? Well, I know it's going to work out. I'm not going to stop until it does. How many is it going to take? 50? 20? Could I do it in 3 attempts? You know, for me, I guess not 3, but maybe 4. This is the 4th cross-country trip that I'll be doing, running a marathon in all 50 states this year in 2024. And, I did my first one in Houston last week, doing Miami Marathon this week, and then every single week after I'm doing another. Some weekends I'll be doing doubles, 14 weekends to be exact. So, this could be it, right? How can I set up my life so that this is it? This is the attempt that worked. What have I done wrong in the past, previous attempts? And then, use this in your own life to see what you've done wrong, right? In your previous attempt of trying to make something work. Understand that it's not going to work on the first time. So the fact that it didn't work out for you is just a sign that you're on the path, but you're not yet where you need to be. So then you have to understand, like, okay, well, I need to strengthen myself in these different areas, and eventually I'll be able to do this, right? How many times do I have to figure out what is wrong and patch that hole to be able to take on this idea and actually complete it at the level that I want to, or even better, If you just stick with it, that's the whole thing of, like, determination is the most important thing. But anyways, what have I done wrong on my 3 previous attempts? Well, for 50 states in 50 days, we posted very few TikToks, I think 6 the entire time, and it was because we had a sponsor who wanted us to post TikToks, and I feel bad, but basically the only things that we posted were their sponsored videos. They got no views whatsoever. We put their logo on the side of our side of the van, so they got a lot of views that way, and a lot of media interviews after the fact. But so there's that. I didn't post enough TikToks. I also didn't post the YouTube videos till after I got back. I was too caught up in moving in the actual cross-country 50 states tour, driving every single day, filming videos, all these different things, that I wasn't maintaining or keeping up with the maintenance, I guess, along the way. If you don't maintain a car, it's gonna be on the side of the road with its hood up. There's gonna be something wrong, and the carburetor is gonna break, or the accelerator, or something-ator. I don't really know car terms, but you know what I mean. You need to take care of the maintenance as much as you do the forward progress, right? If you want to drive cross country, you have to make sure the tires are good, change the oil, and then as well, you got to be driving cross country, right? So people think it's just this first one or this last one, but there's a lot of things that go into the making of a successful trip. And so if you think about that with your life, what maintenance items are going to be required of you to successfully pull off this idea? Well, for the 50 states in 50 days trip, I have to do 1 TikTok recapping the journey after I get back, and then 1 YouTube video recapping the journey as soon as I get back. And that's it, right? Okay, so those are the only 2 things. Have I done that with this Houston Marathon? I haven't even done the YouTube video yet. I have the script. I can just read it out. So now I got to figure out what would be required of me to go out there and do that. Well, I could just go do that today. So, I'm running a marathon today, so I can't do that. But tomorrow, I hate saying tomorrow, but you know what I mean? Like, I'll get to it, right? I need to get in a system to where I film both those things the day I get back. That way I can edit it the second day and then post, 3 days post. So every Wednesday. That's another thing, is make systems for how to make it inevitable that what you want to happen will happen, right? Because if you don't have a system, then it makes it very difficult to balance the actions that you want to do with your day-to-day schedule. Everything that you add to your schedule is added in relation to everything else. So it's not just adding one more thing, it's adding one more thing in relation to everything else that you're trying to do. And so if you have too many things that you're trying to do, that's when you like shrivel up, and then you just don't get anything done, right? So you need to make sure that you can expect from yourself that you'd be able to achieve this today before you decide to add it to your plate. Okay, so then what else? For the 100 Colleges and 100 Days tour, same thing. Didn't learn my lesson. I did the tour and thought that I could, I kind of suspected that I wouldn't be able to film the videos, edit and post all in one day, but I was just more, ecstatic to try to take on another cross-country trip, right? So then I was like, you know what, whatever it takes. And I paid for that mistake after the fact because I took a loan to be able to do it, and then I had to pay back the loan, and, that put me back a couple months, right? So it was a hard-earned mistake, but I realized that, maybe I can't do everything on a daily basis. I can't do a daily vlog right now. So then that's where this marathon idea came in. It's like, okay, I can't do a daily vlog. I got to do something where it's like, I'm able to go out, come back, and then have a week at time to, recoup, rest, recovery, edit, all the stuff, right? Take care of all the details before taking on the next portion of the event that I want to do. Okay, so then what else? For the 50 states, for the 100 Colleges tour, I thought I was going to be able to film with the friends that I was meeting up with along the way. What I forgot is that most of them, are college students with their friends. They're not as apt to be going out and filming videos. And maybe I was just assuming that, but I don't know. It's a weird thing, like, to try to film a video when you're not already famous for something. You're just like some random guy trying to film a video. It's like, what are we doing here, man? It's just a little bit weird. So I kind of faced that in that portion. So then I kind of realized for a while I'm gonna have to film videos on my own or with other people who are trying to start out, right? And that's gonna have to be the way that it is until I have somewhat of a following and a certain pattern or format of videos that I post. That way people can expect what it's gonna look like, and as well how many views it's gonna get, because that's all people really care about. Is like, will this be fun to film, and will I be famous after? Most people just don't really care about helping out some guy, So I learned I'm gonna have to do some stuff on my own to make a name for myself before I have people joining in for videos. What is on my tongue? Anyways, okay. So then that was that one, and so I learned the first lesson twice, and then I learned a new lesson that I need to have people. I need to surround myself with people that are going to film in videos, or I need to do the videos by myself, right? And then the cross country penny farthing tour. Once again, I thought I could do daily TikToks and film while I was biking on this tour. And what I learned on that one was like, it's more important to film the journey than it is to do the thing itself, right? Yeah, I could bike across the country, but if there's no videos of it, the whole purpose here is to make a video, right? And that's something I struggle with because this is just who I am. I'm gonna go out there and do something like that just for fun, right? And so then I look back and I'm like, dang, I filmed a lot, so. Well, here's another mistake that I made. I haven't edited the video yet, so the maintenance aspect, this was 6 months ago. Sometimes, guys, I want to slap myself across the face, right? You don't understand how stupid I am for being so smart. I am dumb as a rock, okay? But, yeah. Anyways, that's another thing is I didn't, maintain that maintenance, right? I didn't keep up with the work that was required of me to achieve what I was trying to achieve. I let the complexity of my life take control instead of staying ahead of everything that needed to get done. And this is the most important thing. You have to maintain the complexity of your life in order to achieve anything, right? You'll have a million things to get done. You have to just get one thing done at a time. And you do that enough times, and eventually you're caught up. And then eventually you can start doing things that you want to do. And all this, just a cycle of being really organized and diligent. That's really it, you know? You do that for long enough time and you will achieve anything you want. Focus, diligence, and organization, right? Okay, so then I'm going into the 50 States Marathons tour. What's gonna have to change? I'm gonna have to, like I just said, I'm gonna have to go out there and film just one video, right? Or maybe the YouTube and the TikTok video, right? Come back, film the clips. You'll have to look up my TikTok at Moss Wyatt if you wanna see what I'm talking about, but basically film the clips that go in between, like commentary, you know, in the car, post-race with during the race clips. And then that's my format that I'm doing, right? And then as well, like overlays and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm gonna have to go out there and film just one. That way I don't get too overwhelmed. I come back and edit just one video and then make sure I'm staying on top of the maintenance. And then know that it's gonna be just me. So if I need a script for myself to go film like a successful video, come up with a script. If I need some type of interesting topic or thing to go do while I'm out there, come up with, you know, those things beforehand. Start doing a little bit of planning. What am I gonna do when I go to Miami? That's one of the things I need to be thinking about right now, you know? So, and I have no idea, you know, like this is gonna be a long year, so things will change and I might try a different format and all these different things, right? But I do know that I need to just start with something, and eventually you can mold it once you have the clay, right? And most people never take the time to get the clay in the first place. So they always just have this idea of a pot that they want to make, but they never have the materials or put together the things necessary to actually make it. And so then I love this phrase because it's just so beautiful. It's because like it's just like a full truth, right? A hard truth. Most people come up with a vision for their life without ever having the intention of completing it, achieving it, right? It's sad. It's a sad thing to say, but it's true, you know? And if I don't want to be one of those people, I got to have the intention, but more than that, I got to actually take the steps necessary to achieve this dream. So if I want to do this 50 states trip and make this the 4th attempt where it worked out, right? Then I got to put my foot down and hold myself accountable to the things that are required of me to achieve this dream. And it should be an exciting thing because then you get to wake up every day with a positive vision of where you're moving, as well things to do that will actually be worth something, right? How many times do you waste time during your day because you don't have anything worth doing, right? Imagine if you had a schedule full of things that were worth doing and you knew that they were going to build towards the future that you were intending to go towards. That's the life, man. That's really it. You got to just have those things ready to go so you can always be firing, always be moving. And eventually, you know, at first it's not going to be beautiful. It's not going to be pretty. But eventually it's going to be every day. You're going to have too many things that you need to get done. And that's when you start, if you're producing enough value and you make enough back, that's when you start siphoning off some of that value to other people, paying them to be your employees. And then they start bringing in you value. And then now you're bringing in more value than you could have by yourself. And oh man, it's just beautiful. To those who have more will be given. So you got to have something in order to receive anything. And this is a good one. I liked it a lot. And take some time, figure out how many attempts have you done towards this thing. Is it reasonable that you could achieve it on your first attempt?